Hello everyone, welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to be making a game. This game is going to be for Scratch 3.0 on the computer. So let's start. We are going to be creating a motion game. We're going to have our character on the left side of the screen that is going to be jumping up and down over obstacles that comes from the right side. So obstacles will be moving towards our character and we need to jump over each obstacle without touching them. If we touch them, then we lose. If we jump over them, we will get a point. So, if you want to use the cat, you can keep your cat over there. I want to change my character. I want someone different. So I'm going to delete that. But first, before we select our character, let's pick a backdrop. So we're going to go to the right side of the screen that says choose a backdrop. Click on the magnifying glass. Once you've clicked on the magnifying glass, find a backdrop that you want. There is a long list over here of different backgrounds that you can choose from. I am going to select the one that says blue sky. The reason why I am selecting this one because we have our ground already over there. If you want to choose a different backdrop and draw your ground, you can. By drawing your ground, you can click on the cat, paintbrush, and select your square tool, select your color, find brown or whatever color ground you want. There we go, I have brown. Make sure it is no outline and then draw your ground just like that. There we go. Make sure you center it to the middle of the screen and then we can just position our ground over there just like that. So if you have a different background, you can do that. But I already have a ground, so I'm going to delete this one. I don't want that one. If you want this one, you can keep it. So I'm going to delete that one. So I already have my theme that I want to use. So let's find ourselves a sprite that is going to jump up and down. So we move our mouse to the cat icon, go to the magnifying glass, and search for your sprite. There is a long list of different sprites that you can pick from that you want to make jump. I'm going to select this person over here that says Giga walking, and let's drag our character and put our character over there on the ground. Now our character is too big, so what we need to do is change the size. So just highlight that 100 and change that to 60. There we go. Now we have a perfect size. And just position your character where you want your character. Right there. Now, let's code our character. We are going to click on the green, on events, get our green flag. Once we've selected our green flag, we need to make sure every time we click on the green flag, our character starts in this position. So we go to motion and go to X and Y position. This is going to be our start position for our character. So if I move my character, click on the green flag, it will go back to that starting point. So now we have our starting point for our character. So what we also want to do is we want to add a movement for our character. So we need to add a movement that goes up and down to simulate a jumping motion. So we are going to go to events and drag this one that says when space key is pressed. So you can choose up arrow. If I press up arrow on my keyboard, if I press whatever button you want to press on your keyboard, you can. I'm going to leave it as spacebar. So when I press the spacebar key on my keyboard, my character needs to move up. So we're going to go to control, repeat, and get another repeat. One repeat is for up and one repeat is for down. Over here, we can see this is the Y axis. Y means up and down. So we need to get the one that says Y, motion, change Y by, put that in there, and get the next one, change Y by, and put that in there. So if I'm moving up, we're moving in a positive number. If we are moving down, we are moving in a negative number. So Negative means go back, and positive means go forward. So now I'll change Y. If I press spacebar, we are going to go up. Now, oh, I selected the X one by mistake. Make sure it is change Y. Change Y by. There we go. Change Y by and change Y by. So now this Y needs to be negative 10. So we're going to go up 10 spaces and we're going to come back 10 spaces. Now let's test that. If I click on the green flag and I press my spacebar, our character jumps up and down. Perfect. Now we have the motion for our character. And now we want to create an obstacle for our character to jump over. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for a new sprite. Click on the sprite icon, the magnifying glass, and look for something that you want to jump over. You can jump over an apple, you can jump over a bear, you can jump over a bat, whatever you want. I'm going to look for something that my character can jump over. I'm going to select this person here, Gobo. Now that I have Gobo, I'm going to put Gobo in the right side of the screen, just like that. Now, make sure that when you jump over a creature, it needs to be smaller than what you are. So I am 60 in size. I need to make sure that this character is 50 or smaller. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to change this size to 50. 50%. There we go. Now I have our character over there. I'm going to put it on the right side of the screen. Let's change this Y position to negative 130. Now it is on the line. If you want to change the character's position to 130 as well, you can. Change that to minus 130. But if I change that, I need to change this positioning as well. So make sure I put that on 130. Now they're both on 130. So go back to our character. Now we need to make this character move towards us. It needs to move to the left side of the screen. It needs to do it in a gliding motion. So the way we do that is click on the events, green flag. We're going to get a forever loop because we want to keep it going every single time. So we're going to get forever. And whatever we put in here, it's going to repeat every time until I touch it. So let's go to motion, go to X and Y position. There we go. You can see our Y position up and down is on a negative 130. Our X position is on 215. We're going to change our 215. Change the 215 to 250. There we go. So now when I click on the green flag, our character is going to be outside of the screen, which is perfect. Now let's stop that. Now we want this character to move towards us. So we are going to click on the one that says glide, glide to X and Y positioning, put that underneath. And now we're going to keep our X the same as, our Y needs to be the same. Our X needs to be the opposite. So this is positive 250. This is positive 250. So now we need to change this one to negative 250 because we want to go from the right side to the left side. Now let's see. If I click on the green flag, our character keeps sliding, which is perfect. As you can see, our X positioning is changing all the time. Now let's stop that. Now, what we want to do is we need to slow our character down, our obstacle, because right now it is moving very quick. So let's stop that and change this number to 2. And then let's test now. There we go. Now it is moving slower. If you change this number higher, that is the slower it is going to move. So example, if I click on 6 and I click on the green flag, it is moving very slow. Okay, but we want to have a little bit of a challenge. So let's click on 2. Make sure it's on 2. There we go. That is a reasonable speed. Now, let's stop that. Now, as you can see, our character is touching our character and nothing is happening. So now, what we want to do is create a system that if this sprite touches this character, the game should stop. So let's go to events, the green flag. When the green flag is pressed, we're going to go to control. We will wait until sensing. What are we seeing? We are touching. If we touch, the one that says touch mouse pointer, we're going to touch. So if our sprite touches the person that is walking, let's say Giga walking, if our sprite touches this one, Giga walking, put that in there, we're going to go back to control and say stop all. Our game should stop, just like that. Now let's test. And if I jump, I am fine. If I jump again, I am fine. But if I touch it, everything stops. Perfect. So now we know that this is working. Let's stop everything. Now, we want to add a point system. So a point system, every time I jump over the character, I want to get a point. So let's go back to our character. There we go. Now, what we need to do is create a variable. So you click on this orange icon, go to make a variable, click on that, and type points for all sprites. Okay, there we go. If you did not see that, variables, make a variable, and you click on that and you type in points and you say okay. Now you should have this one that says points and you have a tick. Okay. Now what we're going to do is when I click on the green flag, we need to make sure our points is on 0. So we're going to take the one that says set, change my variable to points, set points to 0. And every time I jump over, I want to get a point. So change points to 1. So when I press spacebar, if I jump over, let's test, spacebar, jump over, 1 point, 2 points, as you can see, 3 points, and 4 points. Perfect. When I stop, there we go. Everything is stuck. Stop that, start again, and stop. There we go. Now that we've reset. But now, one thing that we have noticed is that our obstacle is facing the wrong direction. Our obstacle is looking right. We want our obstacle to look left. So we're going to click on our character again, our obstacle. And now we want to change the positioning of our character. We want to look left. So once you've selected this one, you're going to move your mouse to the top left corner where it says Code, Costumes, and Sound. Let's click on Costumes. Now there is 3 different costumes. You have this character and this character. So you can choose the one that you want. One has a smiley face, one has an open smiley face, and one has a shocked face. Okay, I'm just going to leave mine on number 1. So I am happy with this one. I'm just going to delete number 2 and delete number 3. There we go. So now I only have one face. Now what we want to do is turn our character around. So we are going to click on the select tool and you're just going to click and drag everything like that. Now everything is selected and then we're going to click on this one that says flip horizontally. When I click one time, our character faces to the left side. If I click again, our character faces to the right side. So make sure your character is facing left. Now, once that is done, just click back on code and you should be fine. There we go. Now we have our character facing our direction. Now, I want to add a message. If my sprite jumps and touches this character, I want him to say something. So let's go back to our character. There we go. Now you can see we are on our character. Now we're going to add, go to events. When space is pressed, when the space bar is pressed, we are going to wait until, go to control. We are going to wait until, okay, touching. Go to sensing, touching. So if my character touches this one now, as you can see, this one was touching our walker, but now we're going to do it in reverse. So this one, we're going to make sure this one is touching the name of our character. This is Gobo. So when we touch Gobo, we're going to go to the purple one that says say hello for 2 seconds. Put that there. Change this message and type whatever you want. I'm going to write ouch! Exclamation, exclamation. And I'm going to wait 1 second. Now let's test that. If I jump up and if I touch the character, ouch! Perfect. Now we have our message. Let's stop that. Okay. Now let's go to where it says say again and put that underneath. And now we're going to say another message. This time we're going to write press the green flag to try again. Full stop. Say for 2 seconds. And once that is done, go to control and stop all. We're going to stop everything. So let's click on our green flag and jump and touch the character. Ouch! Ouch! Press the green flag to try again. Perfect. There we go. Now we know that this code is working. Now, what we also want to do is add more of these characters coming to us, because only one obstacle is very boring. So we need to add another one. So let's click on our character Gobo. Once we've selected Gobo, what we also want to do is we're going to duplicate this one, which means we're going to make a copy. So instead of selecting a new one, you can just right click and click on the one that says duplicate. There we go. Now I have 2 copies. I have Gobo 1 and Gobo 2. Once I've selected Gobo 2, can you see our code is the same? We have both codes. So we need to change this one to wait. We need to make sure that Gobo 2 waits. We can also change the color. Let's change the color of Gobo 2. Let's make it easier for us to see. So Gobo 1 will be yellow, and Gobo 2, let's make it a different color. So let's go back to costumes, select the paint bucket, select the color that you want. I'm going to make my character red. And select your paint bucket and just click and color every spot. There we go. Now we have an orange Gobo or yellow Gobo and a red Gobo. Go back to coding. Now we have these 2. So now when I click on the green flag, why don't we see the red one? That is because they are both coming at the same time. As you can see, our code is the same. So we need to make sure this one waits before it starts. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for looks. On our red Gobo, make sure you're on your red one, not your yellow one, the red one. You're going to go to the one that says hide. We are going to hide. And then we are going to wait, go to control, wait 1 second. Let's wait 1 second before it spawns the next one. And then we're going to select show. So after 1 second, it's waited, then it will show. So take this one and put this one underneath the flag. There we go. As you can see, we have hide, wait, show, and then it's going to repeat the same code. So if I go there, our code is different, and now our red code is different. If I click on the green flag, let's see, we have perfect. Now we have another obstacle. Right, I've got 7 points already. So now we want to create a message. So every time my character jumps over the obstacle, if I get to a certain amount of points, I want it to say a message. So let's click on our character. So let's go to where it says events. When green flag is clicked, we're going to select the one that says forever. We need to repeat this message forever. Let's get if and then, if then. So go to operations, this one. And what we need to do is if our this equal ones, select the equal one, put it inside there. So if our score, if our points is 10, I want it to say something. So click and say for 2 seconds and put that there. And let's change this message to well done, comma, keep going, full stop. And in this one, we need to say when our points is equal to 10, so go to variables, select the one that says points, put points in there. So when our points is on 10, it is going to, you're going to put this one inside forever, just like that. When our points is equal to 10, when I get 10 points, it must tell me a message. Now let's test that by clicking on the green flag. And I jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ouch. Oh, I messed up. Let's click it again. Okay, let's stop. Let's change this to, let's make it a lower number so it's easier for demonstration. Let's say if I get 2 points, click 1, 2. Now it has said a message by saying, well done, keep going. Okay, right. Now I want to add more messages. I want to get as high as I can. So let's take this one out. Let's right click on this and say duplicate and put that there. So let's change this one to 10 points and put that inside. And let's change this one to 20 points and let's have a different message. Like, let's say, keep going, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. There we go. Let's right click on this and duplicate that again and put that underneath. You can have as many messages as you want. And let's say this one, let's make this one 30 points and change this one to, wow, you are so good. And there we go. Put that in there. I have 3 messages. So if I get to 10 points, it's going to say this. If I get to 20 points, it will say this. And if I get to 30 points, it will say this. If you want more, just take it out, right click, duplicate, and then just keep going. And change this one, make this one 40. Up to you. You can add as many as you want. And let's delete that. But now we have one problem. Our gobo is yellow. So now we need to make sure that if we touch the red one, our game needs to stop as well. So where it says wait until touching gobo 1, let's take that one out, put that there, right click, duplicate, put that there. So now we have 2. So if I touch the yellow one or the red one, so this is the yellow one, gobo 2. Let's go to operations, get the one that says or, so put that in there. If I touch gobo 1 or gobo 2, our game should stop. And this is our code for all of these items. So you can add as many sentences as you want. You can play, enjoy, do what you want. Let's test our game. Click on the green flag, jump over. I've got ouch. And why is it not saying my message? Let's start again. Okay, so now we know this is working. If you want to add a sound, so if I press the space bar for my character to jump and I want to add a sound, let's click on sounds. Go find the sounds block. Now we only have one sound. We only have pop and record. To find new sounds, you click on this block at the top, sounds, and go find a sound, search, and let's look for one that says jump. Do we have a jump sound? Yes, we do. There we go. I'm going to take that one. I have a jump sound. Let's go find another one. If I touch the character, let's get bonk. Perfect. Let's select that one. Now I have my two sounds. Let's go back to code on our character. Over there, what we're going to do, drag that down, put play the sound, and put that back. So we have play sound. We don't want to play bonk, we want to play jump, because when I press spacebar, I want to jump. There we go. So now we have a jumping sound. But now, if I touch this character, I want to make a bonk sound. So let's take this one, take bonk, and put it over there. So if I touch Gobo 1 or Gobo 2, it must make the bonk sound. There we go. Now let's test. So jumping, up, nope. Let's take that down, put that back, put it here in between, and let's click on the green flag, jump, 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 and touch. Perfect. So now that we have that, make sure that the play sound is underneath what you're touching. Don't do it before, because now it is going to copy the two sounds. And this is our video for today, and I hope you enjoyed. Please record your video and send it to me, and enjoy. Thank you for watching.